If someone asked you what your church's traditions were, would you be able to articulate those and list them? Explain to them what the habits and the things are that happened at the local level? I was thinking about traditions. Traditions are neither evil nor sacred. They're just the habits that we have, what we do at the local level. I was thinking about when Bev and I went to Belrose. We wanted to have a Christmas Eve service, and the church had never had one before. They told us, we've never done that. The classic terms for the local church. We've never done it that way before. We had a Christmas Eve service, and after about 3 or 4 years, we hit a calendar time. It fell on a weekend, and we said, you know what, we're not going to have Christmas Eve service this year. We're going to do something different. We had a bunch of people rise up and say, Pastor, you can't do that. We've always had Christmas Eve service. It's our tradition. Well, it had only been for 4 years. Traditions are those things that we do that help us to accomplish the work of the ministry. As I said, they're neither evil nor sacred, but they're important to us. They become our foundation. They're part of where we've come from. If we have no tradition, then we've got no foundation. We've got no history. We've lost touch with what it is God has done in our past. One of the things that in Scripture, the children of Israel, they were challenged to tell their children about what God had done in their past, to talk about their traditions, the wandering in the wilderness, God's miracles that He had done. It's important for us to do that at the local level as well, for our people to know that there are some things that have been very important for us. But on the other hand, those traditions are not things that should bind us or keep us. Bev and I have a wonderful missionary evangelist friend. He's probably in his 80s now. Developed a disease called pericarditis. It's where the outside of the heart calcifies and becomes almost rock-like. What it does, it will either strangle the heart, or the heart will beat so hard that it cracks this shell and the heart will explode. Either way, it's fatal. Bob had to go into the hospital. They did major heart surgery and had to peel that shell away from the outside of his heart so that he could live. Took him some time to recover. When our traditions become sacred, they become like that hardened shell around the outside of Bob's heart that keep us from being able to have that heartbeat of life and exuberance. So as you celebrate your traditions, let them be culturally relevant. Let them be those things that are vibrant and healthy. But those things that have been traditional that keep you from reaching your community or breathing life into worship, into ministry, into young people, into young lives. Those are traditions that perhaps can be laid aside and new ones begun. Traditions are always going to change. They change slowly, but they can change. If we'll be patient, if we'll plan, we'll pray, those traditions that are important can remain our foundations, and those traditions that are necessary for us to move ahead in ministry, they can be ever developing. So I pray that your progressive, vibrant, radical congregation will have some traditional roots that will give you stability, give you an anchor in your past, and give you a launching pad for future ministry.